Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Grushk. Gonna be doing this mostly by myself, I believe. So let's get into the teams here. We've got Card Sharks up against Hellhounds in the Card Sharks arena with home field advantage. Not that that really matters here. Card Sharks running their standard standard anti-blade singer tech with Nagon backed up by their core of Merilith, Grendel, and Terces. On the red side for Hellhounds, we've got Ragnor, Kimpaz, Symiad, and Branzol. Excuse me. No Carkillion tonight, as this is his WoW Classic rating night, which is a shame. I'd like to have seen him in this lineup instead of Ragnor. I think that could have been an interesting match. Still favored for Card Sharks, but Nagon's going to put out a lot of damage here. Hellhounds, Ragnar's going to have to work overtime to deal with that, but his saves might be a little suspect. We might see Merilith E-drain him a couple times right out the gate. Other than that, I think Hellhounds is really going to have to utilize Kimpaz heavily to kind of put out a lot of damage, put out more damage, and kind of cycle through as an invoker. Just kind of dump your mana, get as much damage as you can as fast as you can, and come back out to do it again. That's going to be how Hellhounds is going to have to try and keep up with Grendel's damage output and Nagon's. So, yeah, they're going to have to... Card Sharks is going to want to pick up the flag aggressively. So we're going to have to see if Hellhounds is able to prevent that from happening. Because I think if Card Sharks gets the flag, Hellhounds is going to have a really hard time stopping them from running it. You've got Grendel and Terces to rescue Merilith. Nagon, and if they're sitting on... If like they're trying to kill Merilith, then Nagon is going to have free reign to dump lots and lots of mana. And he does a lot of damage. I think more than an invoker in just like a sitting there dumping mana situation. So, got the Jewel Dead Golem getting geared. Hellhound's going straight for Merilith, which is interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. If you weaken Merilith early, that does make it harder for him to then go... And Kimpaz gets Holy Smited right off the bat. It does make it harder for Merilith to go pick up the flag. Nagon's taking some good damage from Symiad here, though. And Grendel's stuck on the Golem. Somebody just got partially dispelled. Lots of potions busting. Nagon's still taking good damage. He's actually dropping quite fast. Symiad has been sitting on him this whole time. Symiad did just get dispelled, though, and wow, is getting the crap kicked out of him now. As soon as that disarm went through, Symiad just, like, his health dropped like a rock. And Kimpaz is AMS'd and now taking a beating as well. So the combined damage output from Grendel and Nagon is just overwhelming Hellhounds very quickly. Which is not terribly surprising. Let's see if we can get an idea where Merilith is at. Could be trying to pick up the flag. There we go. That's the flag. And Hellhounds is just in no position to really contest this. They can't deal with the damage output coming out of KCS right now. It is very large. The deeps. Oh no, did I? Okay. Whew. I did, in fact. Alright, Branzol lays Symiad, and I did, in fact, drop the overlay. So, let's see what we've got. Marilith is more than halfway across, it looks like. No, exactly halfway across now. And Hellhounds are in their own flag room trying to recuperate. Branzol swapping out of his mana gear. And KCS is just going to walk this in. So, don't like this play out of Hellhounds. I don't know that they have any good options, but I think I would prefer to at least force KCS to confront and kill you. And for anyone concerned, you are allowed to use Bless Wands on yourself and on your team on the field. Those wands in particular are allowed. Protection and Benediction wands can be used on the field on your own team. So, Hellhounds now with the second fight looking to protect the flag. And Nagon is still hurt, but at this point I don't know that you want to... you probably don't want to kill him because he's just going to come back out with full mana. You want to try and ignore him at this point. Symiad is on him, though. Branzol spamming kick, which seems questionable. And Kimpaz's golem gets blinded. Wonder if we'll see Branzol cure it. Grendel ready to power swing, it looks like. Don't think that's really correct either. Generally, you want to be power swinging. Marilith does take a smite blind. Generally, you want to be power swinging when you're taking a lot of damage yourself from other hitters, or if you're in a position where you're trying to chase somebody down and you just want to get the spike damage on them, because it's very hard to keep people stunned in a single room. It's very easy to flee in most of the ACFL arena. So power swing at least lets you get off a spike of damage before they flee out, as opposed to leading with bash or something and then they flee before you do any damage. I don't think that was a good position to be power swinging in. I think he was fine dual wielding and just beating on people. And Symiad and Ragnor are on Nagon, and I don't know why. He's certainly low on mana, if not completely out. So killing him doesn't really do anything. And now Terces is rescuing him for some... Oh, they made him pick up the flag. While I was off on a tangent, he picked up the flag to force them to kill him. Okay. That makes sense. So Nagon goes down, Ragnor goes down at the same time. Terces takes a dispel. But they don't have any real punish to follow up the dispel. Kimpaz now chaining himself, his teammate here. They do regroup very quickly, though. So, I mean, there's really just not anything that Hellhounds can do at this point, I don't think. They're just completely outmatched damage-wise by KCS. And they don't have any really good disruption tools. Symiad takes a dispel. Without any really good disruption tools, they just don't have any good tricky plays that they can make to kind of turn things around. Branzol does pick up the flag to countercap, which I do like. At least kind of stall the game out. Don't let KCS freely run the flag, and hope that you can drag the fight out long enough that through respawns you can kind of wear KCS down and maybe get an edge that way. Because you're clearly not going to win the straight up fight. Kimpaz gets onto Marilith, does a little bit of damage and backs off. Terces using Glance on Kimpaz to figure out where his mana's at. And Grendel is still power swinging. Not sure why. Guess he is a little hurt now. I mean, he's in red, but he's still probably around 1,000 HP. I don't feel like he needs to worry about Symiad too much right now. Branzol's dropping down into red. Kimpaz is down into red. Marilith's still looking pretty healthy, right? Okay, Kimpaz does find Marilith, and yeah, Marilith's very, very healthy. But if anybody can burn her down, it'll be the AMS Invoker. Burn him down. But I mean, he just can't stay on her. Can't stay on Marilith. Is what I'm trying to say. And Branzol's, stocky guy, but he's gonna go down here eventually with Grendel sitting on him for this long. Symiad's been trying to rescue him when he can, but Nagon's back out now, and Nagon's gonna start dropping bombs here. Does mean Ragnor should be out as well, and yes, there's Ragnor, and Ragnor goes straight for Marilith. I guess that makes sense. They're all fighting together. So maybe the Bard songs can help provide a little bit of a buffer. Nope, Branzol goes down. And that means Grendel's going to be free to refocus onto Ragnor, which is going to limit the damage that Ragnor can do to Marilith. And Marilith is getting rescued across now at the halfway marker. Will we see a counter cap out of Hellhounds here? Symiad takes another dispel. Marilith's at the 30 with all this fighting. Kimpaz goes down. Symiad's dropping cannonballs. Did he get overweighted? Yeah, he got overweighted and couldn't get his thanks out. Ragnor just came out and has already dropped down into red. He's not flying, so he's getting tripped up. Marilith's at the 20. Symiad gets on it, but we're going to see another rescue here momentarily. Symiad gets disarmed, and immediately, you know, as soon as that disarm comes, the Blade Singer takes a huge chunk of damage. Marilith's on the goal line, so here comes the second flag. And I wonder if we'll see Terces pick up the next one. Okay, Symiad goes down. And Ragnor jumps on Marilith, but it's too late. Nagon running the flag, actually. Okay. Suppose that makes sense in a way, because that still leaves you with the two rescuers. If Terces picks up, then only Grendel can rescue, and I suppose Spirits potentially. But I think Terces would have been a better carrier, but you know, obviously it also just doesn't matter at this point. There's no chance for Hellhounds to contest this. So they'll walk it across, and that'll be the end of it. So not really anything to cover here. Like I said, I really wish that we had seen a little bit of infighting there at the end. So Card Sharks take it in a 3-0. Pretty quick, pretty clean. Would have been good to see Carkillion in there, I think. But the call of WoW is strong. So that's going to do it for me. I'm going to try and ship you guys on over to a whoever's casting next, which I believe is going to be Albert. And get him pulled up. See, where is this? So the next match is going to be Goliath and Brute Squad. I believe it's going to be in the Brute Squad arena.